Jason, you mentioned earlier leak tests. Knowing there's a multitude of ways that we can go about this, I'm curious as to when do we need to do it? Is it part of every process? Is it part of the diagnostic process? How is it that you see that ties into it? Because I know you got several pieces of equipment here that look pretty intense.
Yeah, sure. Performing leak tests on a vehicle is going to be part of a diagnostic process. You know, there's a problem with the system. You've got to try and figure out what that problem is. If the system's low on refrigerant, there's a leak somewhere. And so there's multiple ways to try and find that. The electronic leak sniffer, or electronic leak detector, otherwise known as a sniffer.
Sure.
That's probably one of the #1 things that are used for that. And it's just basically a wand with a sniffer end. You turn it on, it has to warm up, and then you basically put it in suspect areas. And make sure you're going underneath fittings, because refrigerant's heavier than air, it's gonna drop.
Makes sense.
When it leaks.
Yep.
Another way is with dye. Now, they've been using AC dye in vehicles for as long as I can remember. The key with the dye is to make sure it's approved by the vehicle maker to actually put dye in the system. There's some that absolutely forbid it. They don't want it compromising the integrity of the oil in there in any way. A lot of the systems today already have dye in it from the factory. So then you're just needing to get your UV light out. And that sniffer actually has a UV light on it on the end. So you can be kind of doing both at once with that one.
Sure.
And check, you know, if you have any leaks or whatever, look for that glowing green dye. Now, say you get a vehicle in where the system's empty, and, well, you're not going to sniff for anything. And you might find something with dye, but maybe not.
Sure.
So at least one vehicle maker recommends using forming gas, which is a nitrogen-hydrogen blend. It's got like 5% hydrogen. The rest is nitrogen. It's just an inert gas.
Sure.
And what they do is you have this kit. So you've got this tester here that's tuned to that gas. So it's going to be sniffing for that gas instead of refrigerant. You got a regulator that goes on the tank, and it's just a tank like like an oxygen tank type tank.
Yeah.
And a line and an adapter. And you're following the service information. You'll charge the system to whatever specified pressure they are asking for. And then you use this to go around to all your suspect areas and try and locate that leak. And then once you find it, you can just let the forming gas out into the atmosphere. It's just an inert gas. You don't have to worry about it. You just let it out, do your repair, charge it again with the forming gas, make sure your repair was good and there's no other leaks, let it out again, and then you can go back and charge it.
Very similar to how these machines work, except you're using a gas that doesn't cause harm to the environment.
Exactly.
Okay. Makes sense. No, thank you, Jason. Did a lot of information here.
If you found today's tip helpful, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Comment below for any future suggestions.
These videos are made possible by SCRS. If you aren't currently a member, I encourage you to join. Visit scrs.com or use the link in the description below.